What's up, YouTube? It's Joe Catchpolia sitting on the couch making some money investing in fractional real estate online. As usual, today is Friday, so it's time for this week's installment of the 52-week challenge. This is where I share all the fractional real estate that I've bought this week and invite you to share as well. You can either jump in the comments of this video, jump into the Discord, send me DMs. People choose all different ways. But try to just create a virtual accountability group, sort of, where we're all talking about what we own or what we're buying. So we're not just looking at deals every day, but not pulling the trigger. That's the whole point of the 52-week challenge. Just a little bit of motivation to make sure we're actually investing dollars, not just spending a whole bunch of time looking at stuff, but never actually getting there. Before I forget, please like and subscribe. In the description of this video, I have links to all the places where I'm currently investing in fractional real estate online. Do your own due diligence on those platforms and on any of the properties that you see me buy. Just because you see me buy them doesn't mean that they're a good deal. I'm trying to share what I'm doing, what my results are, and how I think about what I'm investing in. But it doesn't mean that if I buy something, it's the right answer for you. So you want to do your own due diligence on all of that. Also, in the description to this video, there's a link to the Discord I have set up. We've got a whole bunch of investors that are in there now talking about what they're doing due diligence on different properties. The Lofty thread's really active. The Mogul thread's active. We've got some ground floor people in there. And then just some general discussions around fractional real estate investing. Okay, so let's jump into it. What did I buy this week? This is not a new property. I've been buying tokens in this one for quite a while. It's a single-family long-term rental in Kansas City, Kansas. It's currently vacant. We've had it listed for rent for a long time. We just had a vote to list it for sale. I believe that. I'm not sure if that went through or not yet. But they did pause trading, so I'm guessing that maybe it went through and it is going to be listed for sale. I guess there should be an update, but I'm not going to look at it right now. Really, I'm just buying this because at the current token price, it seems like if we sell it for anywhere close to what we think we're going to be able to sell it for, it'll just be, a nice return on equity. And so, I've been buying around this, $24, $25, price. And, someone did a calculation, and if we get the full listing price, I think we'll get $43 a token. I wouldn't count on that. I think that I'm probably going to get, but if we get anywhere close to 40, I'll be pretty happy with all the recent tokens I bought. Some of the early ones I purchased will probably be a loss at that point. I have to go back and look. I did get yield on this one. This had been one of my most consistent properties for a while until that tenant moved out. So anyway, buying tokens of this, and this is on Lofty. Did I even say on Lofty? As a reminder, I am still buying stuff on Lofty, although I'm in the process of slowly taking money off. I don't add money to buy any of the Lofty purchases. I'm just using tokens, and I've sold other properties to get some cash to buy more. I still am very distrustful of the way they run the business. Not that I think that they're doing something nefarious, but I don't trust their decision making. They've done a lot of different things that I think hurt us as investors. The only reason I'm making money on anything is because somebody else lost money. Like all of the tokens that I'm actually doing well in, or virtually all of them, there might be a couple of exceptions. I'm buying just at a big discount to what they were originally sold for. So someone had to lose money for me to make money. I don't think it's a long-term viable strategy that they have. But at the moment, I still have money on there. I'm still making money, so I'm sharing what I'm doing with it. There's another property I bought on Lofty. It's another one that we're getting at, priced right around $25. All the tokens were originally sold at $50. People have lost 50% of their money. But this has been a very stable asset. You started to, it's in a market that I like. I think it's Harvest, Alabama. Harvest, Alabama. Oh, it's right up there. I don't know how I missed that. Again, another long-term rental. It's a relatively new property, to 2014 build. Lot to like about it. the reason this price is so low is because this is the one DAO that, has invested in some crypto, some Bitcoin in using the reserves. And there's been all kinds of different discussion on what we're going to do with this. Maybe we're going to cash out refi. I bought into this primarily because one of the new property managers that was formed, which was Scout and Pleb Property Management, S&P Property Management. This is one that I saw that they had proposed a vote to take over. I want to support them a little bit as being another property manager on the platform who I think are going to be loud and, tell Lofty when Lofty's screwing up. I mean, Pleb is very, very happy to do that. He's done it for the ULD, and I think it helped us there. And so even if I don't 100% agree with their, what they're doing, I didn't buy all the ones they're doing, but I want to support them because I think that they're good for the platform. I think it's good to have new PMs. So, being able to throw my vote in with theirs, but also at the same time, going to be able to make money on this one, I believe, with this crazy low starting price. I also think that any sort of decision that ends up getting made with future Bitcoin inside this DAO is going to be tempered a little bit by a little bit more forethought than what I think that we had going on in this one before, right? I think that it's going to be a little bit more measured, so a lot of the worry of, okay, let's just do a max cash out refi and buy Bitcoin with it, and then who's holding it, right? Like, that's one of the things that worries me a lot of buying it in the DAOs is like, okay, who's actually going to be the one in control of it? Because if I'm going to own Bitcoin, I just want to own it, right? Anyway, that's why I bought this, mostly about valuation. Also, I wanted to just own one that that they were taking over. Because I think if Lofty makes it, it's going to be despite Lofty's management, right? It's going to be because of all of the community members who are just stepping up and really like forcing these deals to work in a way that, I think that I still believe there's potential in the model. I just think the execution really, things are done over and over again that are suboptimal for us as investors. For whatever reason that's happening, I think it's just a lack of experience in the space and maybe a feeling that certain aspects of the business are just not their responsibility. I don't know, but whatever it is, I think the potential is still there for if we get some really great property managers who are also good at managing the Lofty and the really taking charge of making sure that their property pages are up to date, that any money that Lofty is custodying is accounted for, like all that stuff. I just think we need more active managers. I know we have some now, but I think that they're spread too thin at the moment until they have the ability to build some systems and processes around what they're doing, or some, more robust systems and processes, maybe have some employees, once they start to manage a whole bunch. But so I think, if anybody wants to take over more of these, I want to be, if they're people that I've interacted with a lot and I think are making reasonably good decisions, I want to be on their team, right? I want to, that's the direction I think the platform has to go. And so, yeah, that's it. That's why I bought into some of that one. This is extra rambly for a 52-week challenge. Sorry, only have a couple more things. I did buy a couple more LROs on ground floor. These are two just pieces of mortgages. I had a couple payoffs, and again, this is one where I haven't been adding any money on here because at my average, I'm just putting $50 into every single LRO that I invest in right now. At the moment, I can't even keep everything invested by doing that. I've got $200 or $300 in cash just sitting there. If it gets to the point where I can reliably keep that in, then I'll start adding money onto the platform and increase. But this has been my problem on here, is that so they artificially paid some off. I don't think that's going on anymore, although sometimes I will get batches, so I'm not sure. But I really want to get to a point where I have 150 or 200 loans, some very large number of loans, because my strategy, because these are all short-term holds, I'm not doing a ton of due diligence on each one. What I'm really doing is relying on broad diversification of every deal that that Ground Floor is underwriting, which is much different from my strategy on every other platform. But it's because, I don't believe it's worth my time to spend a bunch of time looking at every single one, when the investments are going to be for such a short period of time. And I know that there's Ground Floor themselves are underwriting these deals, and the pricing and grading, they're already creating what I believe is a risk-adjusted return, right? They have the higher returns on the ones that they've graded as a higher risk and lower on lower. Now, maybe over time, as I get more data on how mine have performed, I might change what I'm doing a little bit, but at the moment, that works for me. I've still been very lucky. I have never had any move into default. I had 46 that got extended but still paid off, 128 others that paid off on time and exactly as they should be. At the moment, I do have 9 that are extended again. If some of these are going to turn to a default, only time will tell. But so far, so good. I've been extremely lucky with my paybacks and investments on here. So I'm going to just, at the moment, keep plugging along the way I'm doing it. The other thing, I didn't buy anything on Mogul this week. I wanted to point out, this is the new property that came up, and there's actually another one that I have to do a video on that just launched today. They added this section here, which I thought was great. I'm going to talk about it a little bit in the next video. But didn't buy anything on Mogul. I just still had that up. Didn't buy anything on Saul's Lot. They didn't have anything new. I haven't talked about Collab in a while. I haven't been buying anything on there. But I have been consistently getting paid for the one investment I have on there. We do have another secondary market opening up on Arrive, so I have to cover that. I've just been, you guys know, if you've been following along, I've just been behind on all this stuff. But anyway, that's what I bought this week. Feel free to jump into the Discord, jump into the comments of the video. Let us know what you're buying, what your strategy is. If you think I'm stupid for continuing to invest on Lofty, I know plenty of people have told me that. So far, I am still making money. I do have one deal that I think is going to lose money. I'll have to, once it's all said and done, I'll have to do the math on that and let you know how that went. But overall, I'm still getting really great returns. But I think it's a very high risk that I'm taking to get those returns. I think that there's just so much platform risk there in the way things are done, and with all the different issues that we've had. But that's it for me for today. Until next time, just going to keep making mistakes so that you don't have to.